99X here with Charly Bliss, live from the Dos Equis Artist Lounge at Shaky Knees. How are you guys doing today?
We're great, thank you. We're so excited to be here.
Yay, me too. Have you guys ever played a festival before?
We have, but this year is definitely like our first year of like doing this whole festival thing, so it all feels very new to us still.
Yeah. I guess you said it feels very new to you, but like, what is this whole experience at Shaky Knees like?
Well,
Did you get here today?
Yeah, we got here this morning. We had a really fun time riding around in the golf carts, which was a really nice way to start the day.
It feels like music summer camp. It feels like
Field day.
Like in middle school or something.
For sure.
It's
What
great.
a thrill. Are there any artists out here this weekend that you guys are stoked to see?
Yeah, so many artists, but we're so excited to be playing with Waxahachie later tonight. We're sad that we didn't get to see them yesterday, but we're so excited to play with them tonight. And Andrew WK and Bully. Yeah, so many bands. We're super excited.
Wow. So you've got the late night show tonight, and then where are you guys headed to next?
Pensacola, Florida tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's I understand that you're in the middle of a tour right now.
Yeah,
so is
we
it
are.
going to be just like steady go, go, go for the whole summer, or there's some breaks?
There's some breaks throughout this summer. We're working on a bunch of stuff right now, but yeah, for the rest of this tour is pretty go, go, go. That'll be very fun.
So speaking about tour, is there something that you guys miss most about home while you're on the road?
Oh boy.
Probably like sleeping in your own bed, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Cooking, like you're controlling your food to the degree that you
That's
want
actually
to.
that's number one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would say just like any semblance of routine, like
Yeah, that's
like
a good way to put
kind of never having any. Once you go on tour, I feel like the hardest thing is you are completely like relinquishing all control over anything, like what food you're gonna put in your body that day, or like exactly where you're gonna sleep, how much sleep you're gonna be able to get. So yeah, that's what I miss most, like any kind of routine.
Do you guys have a favorite festival food?
Well, there's Shake Shack here today, so we are pretty excited about
I
that.
didn't know that.
We're big cheeseburger fans.
like cheeseburgers.
I don't
Just
know.
like
Burritos,
food truck
although maybe
food.
not before
Yeah.
playing.
Food truck food.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess that's very general. Yeah.
Anything easily accessible and on wheels.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'm hoping to consume some ice cream at some point today.
That would be nice.
It's the right day
Perfect
for it.
weather, yeah. So I see that you guys are going to be playing with Death Cab for Cutie later
Yeah.
on this summer.
Yes.
That's a huge opportunity. Are you excited for that?
Unbelievably excited.
We couldn't be more thrilled.
I feel like we were all of us were huge Death Cab fans growing up, and one of the most influential bands for us, and it's a dream come true. It's crazy.
We've played one show with them like a couple months ago. We played with them in Arizona, and we were all crying. Like I don't know. We were all saying like we can't think of a band that it would mean more for us to play with. So it's
Wow.
it's really it's pretty. When you get to play with a band and you know like every word to all of their songs and stuff, it's pretty magical.
That's
to be
incredible.
Like, whoa.
And then to be going on tour with them. Like,
Yeah.
how wild.
Crying
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah, we're gonna be a mess. by
Lots
the
of
end
tissues.
Seriously.
Lots
True.
of tissues.
Someone's gonna have to foot the therapy bill.
So you guys released A Lot to Say in 2013.
Yeah.
Soft Serve in 2014. Guppy this past year. What's next?
We're working on it. We are working on our next album right now, and we're really, really excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What can we expect from the next album?
I think we all just feel like we really pushed ourselves really hard. We wrote a ton of songs before going in and really whittled it down to the ones that we were really excited about, and we definitely experimented with some new sounds, and yeah, we're really feeling excited.
That's awesome. So was there anything that you've learned since releasing your first album in 2013 to releasing Guppy in 2017?
So much. Oh my God! Since 2013, I would hope we've learned something.
Yeah, we should write more. I think is
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a
so.
big one for us. I think like when we were first starting to record, we had the idea of like, oh, we've written 3 songs. Well, it's time to make an EP. That's 3 songs, whatever. And for an album, oh, we've written 10 songs. That's an album. Like, whereas you really want to always push yourself and see like, well, okay, we've written 10 songs, but what would happen if we wrote 10 more? Would those be better? And what would we keep? And I think we've also just learned a lot about each other. I think we've learned a lot about like, you know, staying close and touring, and I don't know, we've gotten a lot closer since 2013.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Good. So before we wrap things up, I have one quick game for you guys. So
Ooh.
this is
Love
called
games.
3, 2, 1.
Oh boy.
So basically, I'm going to ask you a series of things, and you're going to list 3 things for one, 2 things for the next, and 1 for the last.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. 3 things for one.
So you'll understand.
Okay.
So, what are your 3 favorite concerts that you have seen? Yeah.
Oh, man.
So down the line?
Yeah, down the line.
Cool.
Okay, I would probably start with. I just saw one of the LCD Sound System shows
Nice.
at Brooklyn Steel. That was easily one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Before that, Foo Fighters with Weezer, which it turns out I didn't even know Spencer, but he was at the same concert.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we didn't meet each other till like years later.
Yeah, I don't even know how many years ago that was. But
Yeah.
I think I was 13 years old.
Yeah, right. And then probably just the one show we played with Death Cab for Cutie was.
Right.
I mean, it was amazing. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that I don't repeat that, that'll be an honorary answer to mine as well. But we just, my brother Sam and I just saw Lorde play at Barclays, and I'm obsessed with her, and it really was like a magical experience getting to see her play. I feel like I walked away feeling like, I don't know, feeling like I'd learned something. And then I would say the Julie Ruin at Irving Plaza was pretty incredible. They played like the night after Trump was elected, and it was such a brutal moment historically, and it just felt so cathartic to see a band that has such a strong political voice, and they're so amazing. And then the last one I would say would be either one of the shows that we just played with Bleachers, where once again, like I feel like we really like, there's nothing like playing a show with a band and walking away and feeling like so inspired, and yeah, like you want to kind of up your game, and I feel like we really walked away from those shows feeling like that.
I don't want to copy any answers, but like a lot of those
No
definitely
repeats.
overlap with mine. But I'm going to start with the one that's the easiest to laugh at. I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers right after they released Stadium Arcadium when I was, I think, 14 years old, and I don't think I've ever been that happy in my entire life, and I don't think I ever will be. Then I think next was I was on a summer program in Paris when I was a sophomore, and I saw Animal Collective, and I just felt very adult and very cool, and I just remember being like, I just felt incredible, and they put on an amazing show. And then I think my last one, my friends from college opened up like a house venue in Brooklyn a few years ago, and their first show was Frankie Cosmos, Krill, and Porches. And it was like right around when I moved to Brooklyn, and I just felt like it was the first time I felt like accepted and like home in this new place I moved to. And those are some of my favorite bands, so that was a great time.
Wow.
I was going to say a lot of those too, but I will say saw Deer Hunter at Webster Hall a number of years ago. That was amazing. We were on tour with Wolf Parade recently, and they put on an amazing show every night. This is tough. I'm going to say, well, Janelle Monáe and Montreal. I mean, Janelle Monáe is always amazing. I'm actually going to say an obscure New York band called Ronnie Stone and the Lonely Riders.
Oh my God, such a good answer.
The singer rode into the venue on a motorcycle, and they just sounded amazing.
Amazing answer.
That's cool. So what are 2 of your guilty pleasures?
Just in anything in general.
Yeah.
That's tough. I play probably an embarrassing amount of video games. That would probably be one of mine. And then guilty pleasure. I'm trying to think. Do you have one in mind for me? I feel like you.
I
do.
have one in mind for myself and for all of us,
Yeah.
which is our obsession with reality television.
Oh yeah, reality television.
What are you
Yeah,
guys
that
watching
applies
right
to all
now?
of
And
us.
honestly, I have to really give Sam credit because I really feel like he brought reality TV to me and probably to all of us. But
I'm so sorry.
no, it's good. Sam got me addicted to The Bachelor first. I am a freak. I am obsessed with The Bachelor. I think it's so demeaning and wrong, but I love it. And then now, most recently, we've become obsessed with the show Vanderpump Rules. It's great. I
heard
have
of
nothing
it.
bad to say about that show.
You're lucky. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess mine, like, I will always love cartoons so much, like any cartoon. It's like I will watch SpongeBob and be so happy, truly, at any age of my life. And I also really embarrassingly love cooking videos on Instagram. I'll watch them all day.
They're mesmerizing.
It's very upsetting, but I will spend
No,
hours
I like
watching
those
them.
too. Yeah, no.
Even the Facebook ones with like the overhead camera.
It's like weirdly hypnotic.
Mesmerizing.
Like,
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say eating like 4 meals a day.
that's very accurate.
And then also, sometimes if I have a day off, I just stay at home. Like after I make breakfast, I just sit on my couch and watch like 7 episodes of Fixer Upper.
Nice.
So
There is no shame in that. I
Yeah.
support you. All right, and the final one. What was the moment that you guys realized you made it?
I
Man,
don't know if that's
it might
we
still
make
be
it?
yet to come.
Yeah.
I think a moment that I realized that maybe this could be something that could turn into something was when we got our first real tour with Veruca Salt. It was just a really cool feeling, and I remember just getting that email and just freaking out and celebrating and just being like, "Wow, like, okay, this a band wants to
happening.
actually play with us. This is pretty
Totally.
sweet." That would probably be one for me.
There are so many. There have been a lot of really cool moments that have been really reassuring, especially over the past year since we put out our album. But I would say for me, like the first time that I looked out into like the audience and saw people singing along and knowing all of the words to like the songs from Guppy. Still, every time the album's been out a year, and still whenever that happens, like it gives me chills. It's so crazy. So yeah, that's always one for me.
I think getting into like a print issue of Rolling Stone.
Oh yeah.
That was insane just because I feel like my grandma even was like, what?
Here you are.
So the fact that it spans like 2 generations, I was like, oh, okay, wow. That's really,
It definitely
really
made
cool.
me cooler with like cooler with all of like our cousins and stuff. I feel like they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're not just like, you know.
It's not just a garage
Yeah,
band.
right.
It's like it's a real deal.
For me, I think it must. I mean, yeah. There's like Eva said, there's been a few moments that have been crazy, but I think when we just did our first UK tour in September, and like being in the United Kingdom and having like selling out a small venue and having people like know what the songs is really insane.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And
Thank you.
that is a wrap from the Dos Equis Artist Lounge at Shaky Knees.
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.